Welcome to another edition of Draw With Me Kids. It's episode 105, Otters! May 25th is World Otter Day, so we decided to draw our own cartoon versions of otters with you.
Yeah.
So get your pens, pencils, papers, erasers, and anything you draw with ready, and
Let's dive into it.
we might as well just, as you say, dive into the trivia question before I start to draw. Me here. Did you have a good day at school today too? Me here? Miss T? I hope everybody did. I know that Miss Rainbow's here missed last week, so she's very excited to be back and see her friends now that she's all better.
Yeah.
After her little cold. All right, we're diving into the questions. Are you ready? Otters are amazing, and they like to travel in groups. What is a group of otters called? Is it a romp, B, raft, or C, pack? What is a group of otters called? A romp, B, raft, or C, pack? And our questions are from National Geographic's Kids. Nat Geo Kids. We'll start drawing some otters. So this guy, we'll draw an easier version of that guy because he did take a little bit. This guy, we started off with his head. Sort of draw a nice big oval. And then we pick out where his nose is, which is a bit like a diamond almost, with two rounded parts on the bottom. It's sort of the biggest, goofiest feature of an otter, just like that. We got A and we got C. Guesses of A and C. Oh, I forgot to turn my timer on too. That might help. Well, that's okay. I'll tell.
There's about 1 minute left.
Probably 1 minute left. We have some good guesses though.
I'm gonna
Do you have a
say-
guess, you Minta?
I think it's B.
You think it's B. Oh, so we got A, B, and C guesses. All right. So for our little otter face, they have this teeny little mouth. And what I like to do with them, you can sort of make, if you want to draw and erase, if you got a pencil, you can sort of draw a little teeny oval there just to give you a guide. But if you don't have a pencil, you can just sort of figure it out. You can guesstimate if you're working with pen. And I just sort of do a scraggly little like mustache where his mouth or her mouth would be. And then I put on the other side, close to the nose, two little ovals like that. Oh, my timer went ahead anyway. Stop and reset. Well, we won't listen to the beep beep of that one because 2 minutes have passed. The answer to the question, what is a group of otters called? A group of otters is called a raft and a romp. Depends on whether they're on land or on the water. So if they're on land, they're called a romp. If they're on the water, they're called a raft. So there's two ways you can call them. You can also call them packs. People have called them packs, but the official two names are a raft and a romp. A romp. I always thought that was kind of cool. And a raft is because what they do when they're in the water floating together is they hold on to each other and hold on. This is live. Welcome in. They hold on with their toes to some seaweed to help make a raft. Hello.
Hello.
It's, I think, Mr. J and E, if Mr. J and E are both on. Hello, hello. We're doing otters today. So yeah, raft because they like to connect together and they float there together. I'm going to do 2 little ears, like there's sort of a straight line and a half circle. They don't have to be super big because otter ears aren't. That looks a little too alert for this otter. This otter needs to be a little more laid back. So I'll just sort of do more straight out and down. Straight line going pointing down, and then the curve connecting. And look at this fella. I don't know.
It looks like one of my sheep stuffies.
Kind of looks a bit like. Oh, hello, Only Jay. All right, put some whiskers, kind of has a little cat-like thing. And their body will be a curve just like that. I keep getting offered this lovely granola bar, which has been... So just do a nice curve. Like that will be the bottom part of their body. And often we see otters floating on their back. Or I like to make this little guy sitting so he could be a little bit of water around him. And they hold something in their hands. So we just make a little hand with a half circle like that. Just like that. Like he's holding on to something. And then another one equal to that. We did get a delivery from Wobbly Co. of a Wobbly magazine with some excellent pictures. Thank you. You can do little sort of chest tuft if you want. There is the little dude's arms. And they have a long tail, so you can just sort of extend that a little bit like that as a part of a moon almost. Moon crescent.
The guy has a round tail.
Oh, you can have a round tail. That's just fine. That's just fine. It could be as soft as you want, as rough as you want. And then you sort of just make the belly roll over like that. And foot just like that. Oops, actually. I want to connect the tail to the belly there. So you can sort of see one foot on that side. And a way you can do a foot really easily is just to do a round oval like that and erase the top or keep the top and make 3 bumps. And there is a little otter foot. And you can put whatever you like. Aren't they though? I love Miss Rainbow's little otter is adorable. And you can put like a seashell in there. Or an urchin, sea urchin, which would be spiky like that in their hands. And if you want this guy floating, in the water, you can sort of make a little bit of a wave around him, just like that. Or you can just have him sitting. It's all up to whatever you want for your picture. I like to put a little bottom lip there for my otter. And then we'll just make the belly go a little bit like that.
It's kind of like a cat.
A little bit like a cat, yeah.
Little dude especially looks like a cat.
There are a couple ways you could do otters too. If you want to do just a really simple otter, you can use all of these simple shapes. Do a round head, a round curvy body, little footsies, and a long tail. And sort of do an otter like that. But I wanted to go a little more detail with this guy. I'm going to make his ears look more attached to his body. And I'm going to make him look a little bit shaggier by adding some lines around to make him look a little bit shaggier. So you can get more of the fur. And maybe this foot is sticking out over the belly. And the tail is what's mostly there. Okay. Otter. So the next question is, how many different species of otter exist in the world? How many known species of otter are there in the world? Is it A, 2 known species, B, 13 known species, or C, 25 known species? How many different species of otter are in the world? I'm going to start coloring this guy while we think about that answer and people give their answers. Bring the water up a little more around this fella's head. Oops, I don't like that as much. B, A2. Two times, I'm assuming 2 times A. No, 2, A2, that's correct, A2, okay. I understand now, follow. B, question mark? I like the questioning nature. That's totally a way to go. I think I'm going to round this little fella's tail just a little bit because I sometimes get scared when I make super pointy. Because I'm weird, but lovable. I hope I'm lovable.
Yes,
you think I'm lovable because I'm your mom. That counts though. So I'm going to make this fella, you can make your otter any color you want. Normally they are brown or gray kind of color. You can make them any color you want. I think this fella is going to be, I'm going to make them a very bright yellow. I'm going to make a yellow otter because I can. Make it. Oh, there's the beeper for our trivia question. Trivia question. How many different species of otter are there that we know about? A2, B 13, or C 25? And the answer is 13. So B, question mark. 13 different species of otter. There are otters that live in rivers, so they are freshwater otters. There are otters that live in the sea, so saltwater otters. There's otters that live in cold environments, otters that live in very warm environments, very small otters, very big otters. Sea otters, generally speaking, are larger than their river friends. You know a lot about otters. Oh, well, that's good. Then this is the show for you. I love otters. I think they're adorable. And I remember when I was at my grandmother's house, or at her cottage, she had a cottage on the river, and we would see a river otter, or a muskrat, I guess. It might have been a muskrat. It might not have been an otter. That's a good question for me to find out, is if otters and muskrats are related. I'll have to look that up. They're similar, I guess. Yellow belly. You could easily make a dragon that would be very otter-like if you wanted to. This is me always thinking about how I could make one creature with different characteristics resemble another kind of creature. Which is funny, we're going to do dragons next week.
Yep.
I'm going to draw my little buddy Drago.
And I'm going to draw my little dragon friend, Sky. My imaginary dragon friend.
Your imaginary dragon. You're going to make us see what you see.
Yeah.
What does Sky look like? I love it. Okay, bye. Thanks for dropping in. We'll see you later.
Bye.
We could also do Joey the Dragon. That's true. I could also show you how to draw Joey the Dragon, which is a character that I drew for a storybook, a really awesome storybook. Joey's a little more complicated to draw.
To do a Joey style dragon.
Yeah, the second dragon I tried to show you guys, or the second second episode, we tried to do a Joey Dragon. It wasn't Joey the Dragon specifically, but it was close, and it was very hard, and people were very sad. And that was an hour-long episode. I know, Miss Rainbows, you were very sad.
It was very tough.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it right.
That's okay.
And I practiced so many
you
times.
You did. You were so good to practice. I was so proud.
I practiced so many times, yet it was so hard for me.
Well, we would have to talk to a certain gentleman to write that book. Get him to write the second story. What happens living with the cats? What happens in the new house? What happens with the new family? Our last otter trivia question of the day, if you're ready. True or false? Sea otters have been known to use tools like broken bottles, cement blocks, or bricks. True or false? Sea otters have been known to use tools like bricks, broken bottles, and cement blocks. Maybe we'll have to ask the author, Mr. Hoffer, if he's got more tales to tell about Mr. Joey.
And his kitty friends.
And the kitty friends. He may very well. I seem to recall him saying he had a few ideas left. I just draw the pictures. I don't write the story. Yes, we could definitely read the wobbly edition that came. So I'm just making this watercolor. And I'll put some... Actually, I might do something different with that. I might do something just a little bit more on the nice turquoise side.
This is Mr. Fluffles.
Mr. Fluffles, welcome to the world.
So cute.
I am so happy to meet Mr. Fluffles. I have done this incorrectly.
He's petting his one little fluff collar.
Oh, I have done this incorrectly again. There, we'll put that in. A little bit of sky. Oh. Beep, 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 beep. So the answer, true or false? We have a true. What do you think, Miss Rainbows? That otters use tools.
I think that it is true because they're very smart.
Otters are very smart. It is true. And you guys are very smart too because you all got it right. It's true. Otters use tools and are very, very smart. Like the idea of holding on to kelp so they don't float away in the currents or float away in the wind. Otters are very smart. Odd.
And they're very cute. Look at this little dude. He's got a pink nose. He's got a pink nose. It looks kind of like a cat.
I love it though. It looks very cute. I think one of the things for me personally, what sells me for an otter is like a little sort of a mustachy like mouth. So this little furry mouth. I think that's what sells me for otters. And the tail. Their whole body is one big giant swimming muscle. Really.
So they can get around where they
They
live.
can, exactly. And an otter family travels together in their romp or raft. Oops. Or pack, because pack is also officially, well, not officially, but it is also recognized as a way to address a group of otters. They travel in their little family together and make sure that every member of the family is included, that nobody gets left behind. They don't want anybody to get left behind. I'm putting little blah, 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 paw pads, so little like beans, toe beans, on the bottom of my otter. And I'm having trouble talking apparently. So let's put a little bit of a white dot there on this little fella's nose just to give a highlight. And I'm going to give a little, like, maybe seabirds in the background. You might be trying to come and get this little dude's food, but he's like, no way, baby. You're not going to get my food. This is my seashell. And the seashell is going to be, pick a color. Orange or purple or pink. Orange, purple, or pink. I think Miss Rainbow's just picked pink.
I think it would look cool as a pink one.
I have a picture I've drawn of a starry night or a city night. Purple!
Of course!
It's my favorite color.
It's his favorite color too.
Wow, okay. We'll make it a purple that's a bit like a pink. We'll make it a mauve. Nah. I'm gonna go dark purple. I've got 2 parts.
And put pink lines on it.
It could be like the sea urchin. Did you know that the sea urchins that they like to eat are a purple color? But we'll put a little doop, 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 doop. A little bit of pink in there too. So everybody has a say. I like that. Anybody want some orange? Okay, I will put a little bit of orange. We'll put all the colors we asked. There. I'm going to put in some kelp. Because these guys would not be anywhere without kelp, so they can hang on. He's not hanging on right now. He's just floating there. Just chillaxing.
He's like, yeah, not much current. I'm cool.
Oh, that's true. Wild Boy Life does have sea urchins. And you got to see one in real life when you went on a trip to Jamaica. That is super cool. Well, we have a very big population of otters in Canada on the west coast, especially. And it's very important that they keep boating traffic down, because poor guys can get a little bit in trouble if they are
near a boat because they run into it.
Oops.
Or if the kelp that they're hanging on gets stuck in the boat, then it can not only affect the boat, but it can affect the otter.
Yep, that's right. Okay, I am just making a little bit of a background here. There. And there's my little otter floating in the water, having a snack, enjoying himself or herself. It could be anything. One more. Maybe I will start to put a little bit of color on this fella. A little shading on him. Ms. Rainbows is working so hard on her otter. I'm going to keep going. Maybe I otter.
Coloring his water.
Coloring his water? Almost there then.
Super fluffy.
Super fluffy otter.
That's why his name is Mr. Fluffballs.
I don't have a name for my otter.
Sunshine.
Sunshine?
It's yellow.
Sunshine because he's yellow. That's a great name. He's kind of a wobbly life otter.
It's a wobbly otter.
Maybe that's why I was inspired to do yellow today, because I saw a lot of yellow in a beautiful magazine that was sent our way. A very well done magazine. Thank you, Mr. J.
You draw wobblies better than I do.
When you hear that, you draw wobblies better than Miss Rainbows does. That's a high compliment. Because I think she does wobblies pretty good. But I also understand that sometimes you just find somebody who's really good at it. Alright. And Mr. J would like to send the following encouragement. It's okay, just keep trying, keep practicing. Very good encouragement, Mr. J. Thank you so much. That's always a really important rule. If you are having trouble drawing something, give yourself a rest, give yourself a brain break, but always be kind and gentle to yourself. Because drawing takes practice to be really, really good. And
Just practice.
it's really, I practice my whole life. It's why I have the job that I have. But it's also really about making something for yourself. Make something really nice for you. That's the important part. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks if you're doing something for yourself. I'm making my foot fall asleep. Uh-oh, edition number 2 is getting ready.
I've been taking so long because I've been working on a surprise one too.
Uh-oh. There's another one coming. Miss Rainbows has an edition of her own that she's been making. There we go. This is Sunshine, my otter. And I'm so impressed with everybody who knew all of their otter facts today. And if you didn't know otter facts, it's okay. I hope that you learned some otter facts
There we
as
go.
well.
More color.
One more color? Okay.
Mr. Fluffles.
Oops. Have to remind myself that I'm trying to keep inside the lines. Keep inside the lines.
He's so cute. So lovely. She's so little puppy.
Oh, there's a spoiler alert. Do you want me to read it to you or no? I have no choice. I have to be spoiled because I'm the filter. Do you want a spoiler?
I read it.
She read it. She's excited. I hear something downstairs. I thought I heard something. That's because I forgot a door was open. Ah, dear. All right. There is my little otter. Hello, Sunshine. Sunshine the otter. And Mr. Fluffles. Let me show Mr. Fluffles to everybody. Are you ready? Here is Mr. Fluffles. Hi, Mr. Fluffles. You can see the sunshine coming in on the bottom there. Mr. Fluffles. How adorable. Oh, I love how you made the water as a cool background and that he's in it too. I love it all. Wow. Oh, Mr. Fluffles is amazing. Oh. I love Mr. Fluffles. And there's Sunshine. Oh, you did so well, Miss Rainbows. I love it. Wow, I hope you guys had a lot of fun making your own otters. Thanks for joining us. Where did Miss Rainbows go? Oh, she's being an otter.
Otter!
So, if you guys liked our video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe.
Hit the notifications bell and share the video with all your friends. That way,
Nobody misses an
Child
episode.
With Me Kids Edition
That's right.
ever again.
Woo! We'll see you guys next week for dragons.
Yours.